Well, frustration continues for drivers ticketed by those speed cameras set up in school zones, with efforts now underway to change the law allowing them in the first place.
Since the Fox 5 I-team first exposed a glitch that caused one city to issue hundreds of false citations, we've heard from drivers all over the area telling us they're fed up with tickets that benefit private companies. Fox 5 I-team reporter Johnny Edwards has a story on some calls for major reforms. Johnny.
That's right, Courtney. Supporters say these cameras keep school kids safe. But just this week, Georgia lawmakers met to discuss changes to the school speed zone camera law, all while class action lawsuits take aim at the business model where private companies profit off the tickets. Automated school zone speed cameras. They wait. They watch. If one gets you, you can't reason with it. It doesn't give mercy. A first offense, about $75 to $100.
The big thing is they got the fines low enough, and they tell you it won't go on your record, no points, just send us your money.
A decade ago, Augusta attorney John Bell successfully took on private probation. Now, he's taking on privatized traffic enforcement in two class action lawsuits aimed at camera contractors, Red Speed and Blue Line Solutions, who manage cameras for police departments in Metro Atlanta and beyond.
They are out-of-state, private, for-profit companies interested only in how much money can they extract from the citizens of Georgia.
Is therefore passed.
In 2018, the Georgia legislature passed a school speed camera law, which opened the doors for dozens of municipalities across the state to contract with private companies to ticket violators. Companies often taking about a 30% cut of each ticket paid. Bell says if either of his cases succeed, the current privatized system would become illegal. One of the attorneys for Red Speed called the lawsuits a cash grab.
Look, the Georgia legislature literally put in place a mechanism to protect children, and that's all that Red Speed is doing.
One of the cases started here in Tallulah Falls, when a couple in their 70s got ticketed for going 56 miles per hour on a 4-lane highway past this middle school. The school zone speed limit at the time, 45. Bell alleges in the lawsuits the companies aren't police, but they pose as police when they mail citations, with Blue Line even using the company's Tennessee address. The lawsuit's alleging, quote, wrongful impersonation of law enforcement and agencies.
And I think it's offensive. There is a reason we have law enforcement that are elected or serve under elected people who are responsible for their duties.
The lawsuits even invoke Georgia's racketeering law. Both companies have denied the allegations in court filings, saying the 2018 law allows what they do.
The allegations of the complaint that this somehow constitutes racketeering are silly.
But state lawmakers have also been hearing complaints, and even faster changes could come through bills pending at the state capitol, including one that would reform the school cameras and another proposal that would dismantle the systems completely.
All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
One bill would throw out the 2018 law. The House Motor Vehicles Committee approving it unanimously Tuesday.
We have been sold a bill of goods. It's actually a Trojan horse, a golden goose revenue generator disguised in school safety language.
I think finding a balance is the right answer.
A bill passed in the House last year, now carried by Senator John Albers, would require school zone signs to be uniform throughout the state, and cameras could only write speeding tickets when orange lights are flashing.
Secondarily, it's going to make sure that no camera company is benefiting financially from the amount of tickets they write. It's a flat fee. We never want this to be anything more than protecting students. We don't ever want it to be a money grab.
Now, that proposal to allow tickets only when lights are flashing would probably clear up a whole lot of confusion. Many drivers have told us they don't understand how they can be ticketed in the middle of a school day when children are inside. Meanwhile, a class action lawsuit against Red Speed filed by a different attorney in South Georgia has already seen 3 of its 4 counts dismissed by a federal judge, which Red Speed says shows they're doing nothing wrong.
Look, everyone agrees students need to be kept safe, but warnings as to where these cameras are and the fact that you are in a school zone would certainly help in a lot of these cases.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, the counter argument to this, and what the guy who's proposing, the lawmaker who wants to shut this all down, is saying is that a squad car parked in a school zone would be just as effective as slowing people down, perhaps even more so.
Yeah.
Perhaps a little more accountable as well.
Very likely.
Yeah. All right.
Johnny, thanks.
Thanks, Johnny.